my wonderful military strays who did their time in the gas chamber. Okay? Rich apparently did it on a kind of consensual was talking about the gas chamber. So those of you for my military strays, you're gonna know exactly what he's talking about. I have a feeling this is gonna be funny. So let's jump in.
So we had the gas chamber, which is one of my favorites. And unfortunately, the gas chamber is not the way that we used to go through the gas chamber. When I went through the gas chamber, I couldn't see the other side of the gas chamber when I was on one wall, like back in basic training in 2005. So in my basic training, I go into the gas chamber at Jackson and I couldn't see the opposite wall unless I ducked down, and then the CS gas was lighter than air. So the CS gas was up, and then like clear, whatever, I guess cleaner air was like below. So you could like see people's feet walking around. It was really weird. And then they were like, all right, breach your mask, close it up, and then rip your mask off and hold it over your head. And they were like singing the Army song. And I got as far as first two, oh my God. And then I had reacted horribly to CS gas. And it was like, it was painful for me to breathe. Like, I mean, not like, oh, hey, it hurts everybody. Like, I had to force myself to breathe, which is, I don't even know how to explain it other than I was making myself breathe. My body was like, no, we're closing and you're just going to black out. And
from what I've heard from people that have been through the CS chamber, it's basically all of your airways are trying to close up, and not only that, but basically your nose just erupts with snot. It like when that CS hits you, it's like your nose, like all of your mucous membranes just fucking open up, and you're just snotting out your nose like crazy. Your throat tries to close up. It's a miserable fucking experience.
I was like, no, I need to suck in
Not
oxygen.
to mention your iceberg.
And it was horrible. So that was
switch
my
over to manual.
Yeah,
it is. Well, it's the idea of you're breathing in magma is how it reacted with me. Like the second I took in that deep breath, it just felt like my lungs were on fire. And drill sergeants in Rich, like 2005, they would tell you, it's like, okay, make sure you drink milk because that's going to help a really good, clean, fresh shave. So that mask seals. You want that. And the drill sergeant sets the privates up for
is that true? We set them up for success. We just have the effect is just heightened.
Ember, what you said is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, I was giving a very, very basic descriptor of what I've been told. Then, bearing in mind, it was very basic descriptor. It's like you can't breathe, your eyes are burning, your nose is just open like a fucking sieve. It's just, wow. From what I've heard, it fucking sucks. But yeah, you're right, Liam Davis. It does clear out your sinuses really well.
Dude, and then you pull that mask off and you have to go through your social and all that shit. And the second you take that breath, that first breath, it's just game over. And then it's like trying to breathe in is the hardest thing because you're like, no, you can't do that. It's fire. This is toxic. And you're like, nope, you gotta suck in, dude.
Yeah.
And you breathe in, and then it's just more fire. And then you're just trying to fight with the drill sergeant to get out of.
When I was in there,
CS
I inhaled
room,
and my throat would like close, and I would suck it into my stomach, and I would have CS burps later on. That was not a fun experience.
Felt great,
dude.
farting.
Oh God!
It was not a fun experience. Is there actually? I was going to ask Rich. Is there a limit, like doctrinally, for how long you can have them exposed to CS gas in there? Is it just like, hey, we're going to give them a couple of seconds of exposure and then send them out the door?
So the TRADOC rule is, I don't want to say it's unlimited time. It's not unlimited time, but you have to have everybody in the gas chamber lift up their mask and hold it. And if they don't, you get like one hardcore that's just like freaking out and it won't do it. And it's just like breaching it and then putting it back on. One of two things happen. The first thing always happens, and that's everybody stays in there longer until that person removes their mask and then gets about like 5 seconds worth, maybe more, of the CS gas. And then number two is that person has to redo the gas chamber. So just rip it off once and embrace the suck and then carry on. But I sent you guys a photo. I was one of the drill sergeants in.
Oh, what? This looks like something out of like a fucking horror movie. Tell me Rich doesn't look like a fucking horror villain right now in this picture. Oh my god, yeah, this deserves a okay, chat, I will make you this promise. After stream, I will go back to this video, I will screen cap this shot, and I will post it in Discord for you guys to do angry names for. Okay? I will 100% send this screen grab, just this part of it, I will send it, I will post it in the Discord for you guys to do angry memes.
Side of the gas chamber, and I was cooking. So I got to cook, and then I also was in charge of opening the door and releasing them.
That's a meme template if I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
in my
beautiful.
entire life.
Yep.
I think there's a better one. There's one where I'm a little bit more sassy. I think it's I can't tell.
Can we get
which one
better?
it is. It might be both.
Oh.
I don't know. But either who. So I'm in there, and I got to cook. And it was a little hazy in there. It's nothing crazy like it used to be. And on one of the occasions, the group of troops went in there, and somebody didn't want to remove their mask. And so I'm screaming at them through my mask. Rip off your mask, take your mask off, put it over your head. And we're just waiting and waiting.
Yeah, and Delish, you're right. That's one of the things about the gas chamber is it's sealed. This is a sealed building. That gas is not going anywhere. So it is just flat out concentrated. So it's like it would be bad enough if you're outside or even in a building with open windows so there was some ventilation. There is no fucking ventilation whatsoever. So this is concentrated CS gas that these recruits are breathing in. And oh, fuck. It makes it even fucking worse.
Your mask off, put it over your head, and we're just waiting and waiting, and we start pulling it off their face.
Wait. Moose, what do you mean they don't? They have to go through it to use it. You mean that do the drill sergeants have to go through the gas chamber in order to run them through the training? Well, I mean, Moose, every single Army recruit goes to the gas chamber. It doesn't matter what their MOS is. It doesn't matter if they're going to be a drill sergeant or not. Every single recruit goes through the gas chamber. Every single one. So yeah, Rich has been through it. He was through it when he went through basic training, just like Eli said he went through it when he was in basic training. I don't know. I'm kind of curious if they still do what I have heard some of the older guys had to do when they did that. Like I've heard, like some of the older guys have said that when they did the gas chamber, they did that. I forget. I don't think it was quite the same as like, okay, you have to sing the Army song when you pull the gas mask off your head back then. It was like, I'm trying to think, like they had to do a break and reseal, and then they had to pull it up over their head. And honestly, I can't remember if they had to actually do anything. They just basically sat them in there with the mask off their head just for a set amount of time until basically everyone was just like choking and coughing and dying. And then when they finally let them out, the recruits had to like file out. And once they got outside, they had to continually say, my eyes are open, my arms are flapping. My eyes are open, my arms are flapping. They had to keep saying that as they marched them down with the recruits actually like flapping their arms, gas mask in one hand, continually saying, my eyes are open, my arms are flapping as they marched them back down to where they had planted their rucksacks. Now, I don't know if they still do that in this day and age. If what Ritz will probably say if they make them do the "my eyes are open, my arms are flapping" bit, but we'll find out.
Waiting, and we start pulling it off their face, and like the 3 or 4 or 5 privates that were in there, when they had gotten.
Again, Rich graduated 2 weeks before I did. When I went through the gas chamber, I had to say the soldier's creed.
E4, when did you go through? When was this? What year was this that you went through? Was it like early 2000s? 05? Okay. Grew up, you went through 05. You went through 05. Okay, so, I mean, they may have changed it. The stories that I've heard, I don't think they had to say the soldier's creed. The stories that I've heard, I don't think they actually had to say anything. They just made them stand there, despite the fact that despite the fact that they were trying to hold their breath to try and hold their breath through it, and the drills just waited until everybody was just hacking their guts out, and then maybe like 20 seconds after everybody was just dying, they finally let them out of the gas chamber. So they may have, now maybe in 2005 they started going through. Oh, Ray, you went through in '93. Okay, so that's around the time that I've heard stories where the stories I've heard are based in. Ray, did you have to say anything when you were in the gas chamber, or did you just basically break and clear and then over your head and just like stand there? And basically until everyone was just fucking dying. That's why they make you yell stuff like that, so you actually get the stuff in your system. Well, and El Cuevo, this was like, I don't know if they made them say anything or they just waited until they all started hacking, because nobody's gonna be able to hold their breath that long. And the moment you suck in even a little bit, you're just fucking dying from it. So that's why I was kind of curious, like in be it a crack or seal the pull off and sound off one at a time was so scared him. Okay, thank you. Oh God, I'm sorry. Uncleo Taco. Thank you, Uncleo Taco. And Zargiz, thank you for the suppy.
And like the 3 or 4 or 5 privates that were in there, when they had gotten it.
Test failed successfully. Bravo. You had to do last name and last 4 anything. Okay, sting of it. That would actually make sense. Just do, stake your name, stake your serial, stake the last word of your serial number, and that was it. That would make sense.
And like the 3 or 4 or 5 privates that were in there, when they had gotten in there, I just started laughing maniacally at them, not knowing that they were going to be in there the longest. But the 3 in the front, like, get in there, I'm just like, just mixing the CS gas. Just like that.
He was, oh my God, Mr. Perfect Tracktober. He was literally stirring the witch's cauldron of CS. He was literally doing a witch's brew of death. Oh, God. I can literally picture him standing there in the gas chamber with the canister, the thing holding the CS canister with a rod, just like stirring it like an evil cackling winnet. Police Academy 3. I don't remember that from Police Academy 3, honestly. I don't remember that.
And they were like, oh, shit. And one of them was one that I did not like. And he knew that I did not like him. So I hammed it up extra to let him, make him feel like because he's in there, I'm going to make it worse. Which I did. Because he was in there, though, just because the one kid wouldn't take off their mask and they got stuck in there. So, I'm hamming it up, laughing maniacally and stirring the shit to make it smoke more. And then, I run up to them because you gotta run in place, you gotta chew like there's bubble gum, look up and around to test the seal of your mask. You breach your mask, you put it back on, you clear it.
Clear and seal.
And then it's, all right, face the exit and then remove your mask. So they do, and they're sitting there, and I'm waiting for the signal, which is the lights to be flickered on and off 3 or 4 times. Because you can see that, we've got our masks on, we're not dealing with the CS in our eyes, so we can see the lights flash on and off. And they're not. And I'm like, oh, this is taking a while. And like, they want to leave. And I'm just posting my arm up on the wall, like stopping them from moving forward. And they're just like, just like snot coming out of their face. And I don't know who taught them this. but they just get their mask and they just turn it over their face and just like start spitting and putting snot bubbles in their mask.
Oh,
and I'm just like,
God.
well, at least it's not on the ground. That's gonna suck cleaning it. Well, sucks for
Yup.
the next guy too, because he's gonna be using it and being like, why does this mask taste like snot? So I've got my arm posted up and they can't get out. And I'm like, man, this is taking a while. I wonder why this was not taking a while. And I look over and I see the other drill sergeants that are in there like screaming at this one trainee, get your mask off. You know, and finally the trainee gets their mask off and the three guys in front of me, including the troublemaker, are miserable. And they're also like scared shitless now because now the panic is set in. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful teaching moment because I manipulated their tiny little brains in the beginning to make them think I was going to make it worse for them. Right. And then they're looking at me like, F you, drill sergeant, like you're an asshole, but you're not going to do anything to me. You know, I can do whatever I want because I'm a trainee and I'm smarter than everybody and I do good push-ups. So you. And then the mask came off and there was the, you know, like, oh, this burns and sucks. And then there was the extended period of time where the other trainee didn't get their mask off. So now they're just like, and like you could see the fear in their face, like, oh my God, this psychopath locked us in.
Well, I'm guessing Rich probably didn't see fear in their eyes because their eyes were probably slammed fucking shut from the CS gas. They're probably out. With their eyes just like glued shut at this point.
Here with him, and we're gonna die. And it was.
Oh God!
Rich starts counting in German.
It was delicious. So they were freaking the f out, and then finally that trainee got their mask off, and then one of them vomited on the floor, and so which was cool, always cool. And then they left, and they they went and they flapped their arms around and did that thing.
Okay, so they do that still.
So that was a fun day at the gas chamber.
God, Nick, you gave
Yeah.
PTSD for 2 weeks. And then you're gone. A fart in the wind, and you're gone. And they're so thankful that you did not stay.
Oh yeah,
I
they did
guarantee
not.
that.
They did not like me. They did not like me. Oh, I tell you, one of these retards came up to me.
What did I do with the gas chamber? No. It might be worth it for the experience. Just to basically have the cool points to say I could do it. Although I don't know if there's any civilian places that will do the CS gas chamber.
And said that we were doing it was Sunday, and so we were doing area beautification. And on Sundays, I would tell all the active guys, as many as I could, like, I'm gonna be here on Sunday. I'm a part-timer. Go and spend it with your family. All I've got to do is march them to chow, make sure they get to religious services, get back to the barracks, and then assist in area beautification, and then pick up the dummies from religious services, and then march them to chow again. Like, that's the entire day. And so I'm outside, they're all doing area beautification, and I'm like, move these stones over here. There's like white rocks, and then there's like rocks that are painted black.
Okay, I was gonna ignore it. I gotta say it. Super lane. That's not what I like to choke on.
Over here, there's like white rocks, and then there's like rocks that are painted black, small ones that we have, like say the company that we're in. No, this is just normal stuff. It's normal stuff. So they're like, de-weeding, getting grass out of all the stuff, and and sweeping and making sure that
Labatt Blue, anyone's.
Well, that's only okay. I prefer Molson over Labatt. Thank you very much.
that says the company that I was in and their motto on the rocks, which I'll leave out because I don't want to get them in any trouble for anything because they're great guys. And one of the privates comes up to me and is like, Drill Sergeant, push me, blah, blah, and something. And I forget what he said, but I was like, what did you say? He's like, well, we really like, we like you. I like the way that you teach, Drill Sergeant. And I was like, explain to me why you like me. He's like, well, I like the way you teach, Drill Sergeant. You the other day you took off your hat and in the barracks and you talked to us like we were, like we were Joes, like we were your equals, and you like talk to us like we were your soldiers. And I like that. And I was like, cool. Front leading rest position. Move. And he's just like, yes, Drill Sergeant. And he gets in the front leading rest position. And I'm like, don't you ever say that you like anything that I do. I do not like you. And you will not say anything about what you like about me. I just very as a matter of fact, I do not like you. You.
Yeah, Rich knew this guy was trying to suck up to him because this recruit erroneously probably thought that if he sucked up to the drill sergeant and said, I really like the way you teach, that Rich might take it easy on him. Classic recruit mistake. Like, if I'm the teacher's pet, the teacher will go easy on me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Will not like anything that I do. I'm here to train you. I don't care if you like it or not. Maybe I should be a little bit meaner. You know what? I will. Thank you, Private. Thank you for teaching me a valuable lesson.
I tried to give you a compliment.
Go away. And he's just like, ugh. It was a longer conversation than that, and he was doing some push-ups. Nothing crazy. But I was like, oh, shit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, I don't like him coming up to me and saying that he likes the way that I teach. I don't want them to come up to me and give me a compliment. That I hate. The good thing is that moment when I was talking to them in the barracks with my hat off, that was the point. I take my hat off. I set it on the thing. I'm quiet and concise and calm when I say, you need to do better than this. You need to be held to a higher standard. This is what I'm expecting of you. No yelling, just this. This is what you have to do. If you don't do it, you're going to have a bad day.
Your drill sergeant is not your friend.
Yep. Your drill sergeant is there to harden you up, and not in that way, but your drill sergeant is there to turn you from a civilian into a soldier. Their whole purpose is to break you down and then build you back up again. They are not your friend. They are your instructor. Point blank. When you guys said it, like after graduation, you can then speak more candidly to the drill sergeant and say, I appreciate what you taught. I appreciate the lessons you imparted. Thank you for your work. After your graduation has concluded. Not before. Because you will not earn a drill sergeant's ire faster than basically trying to be a suck-up.
This is what you have to do. If you don't do it, you're going to have a bad day. If you do it, you'll realize basic training is going to be easier. Was basically the gist of it. I really boiled it down to that. But yeah, which is cool. I got what I wanted across to the troops, but I also don't want them to come up to me and be like, I really like the way you teach us, Drill Sergeant. Like, shut the up, freak.
Rich is walking psychological warfare. And maybe you should be teaching drill sergeant school. Okay. We're going to send you there to teach other drills.
Okay, that was funny. That was funny.